Disrespected, underestimated, or just a major miss? How are the Jets not a Stanley Cup favorite with the bettors right now? To discuss that, let's bring in Bryan Hayes and Craig Button. An historic 15-1 start for the Jets, and FanDuel still doesn't have them listed in the top 10 of Stanley Cup favorites this year. The favorites listed ahead of them, the Oilers, Stars, Hurricanes, Panthers, Rangers, Devils. Also on the list, the Leafs and Lightning, who are currently 9th and 19th in the league overall. Hayes, you want to try to explain this?
I can't explain it. It makes no sense to me because this is a league that has largely been watered down this year. There's 32 teams, a lot of inconsistencies. There has been one consistent since puck drop opening night, and that is that the Winnipeg Jets are the deepest team in the league right now, the most complete team in the league right now. They are dogged. It doesn't matter who they play. Best teams in the league, like New York, like Dallas, like Colorado, they'll beat you. Worst teams in the league, they'll show up and they'll beat you up. So the idea that maybe they're not number one on this list, I can reason with that. Sure, I'll listen to Florida having better cup odds because we've literally seen the Florida Panthers do that in the past. I can reason with maybe even Edmonton in a cup final last year. Vegas, because of their history and the way their front office attacks this team and attacks championship building. But you cannot tell me teams like New Jersey should be ahead of them. The Maple Leafs, Tampa, I'm not buying it. It should be completely unacceptable, yet the odds are the odds. They're there, they're available. And here I am telling you, if you find a good odd, and this is a very good odd, like the Winnipeg Jets outside of the top 10, this kind of sounds like FanDuel and the books are feeling charitable at this point. And when the books are feeling charitable, you have to take advantage of that. So I can't reason with it at all. What else do you want to see? We're not 3 games into the year. We're not 5 games into the year. I know their playoff history, but they go there every year. They're stacked, they're loaded, they're on their toes, they're playing against the best teams every night, and they're beating them. The Winnipeg Jets should absolutely be in the top 5. I'd go a step further. They should be probably in the top 3 in terms of cup odds right now. Forget just the top 10.
Bryan, I agree with you about top 3. I don't get how they could be out of the top 10. But here's the elephant in the room. When they lost last year after a great regular season to the Colorado Avalanche in that first round, it wasn't that they just lost and it was close. It wasn't close. And so that's the elephant in the room. That's what the Winnipeg Jets are going to have to deal with. That's why I have to believe that the betting odds are what they are. I'll take the bet based on your advice. And they should be in the top 3 in my view. But they have to prove to themselves that they can have success in the playoffs. And I guess they're going to have to prove to the bettors that they can win in the playoffs. But it's a good bet to take right now.
And guys, there's no shortage of reason for the Jets' amazing start. Hellebuyck clearly number 1 on the list. But how about Mark Scheifele? On a pace of 46 goals and 108 points. Both of those would be career highs. Craig, has Scheifele earned a spot on Team Canada for the upcoming Four Nations face-off?
I would definitely say yes. I don't know how you can make a case not to have Mark Scheifele on your team. We know that up the middle of the ice, McDavid, McKinnon, and Crosby, if he's your fourth center, I mean, what a powerhouse up the middle of the ice. But it's more than that for Mark Scheifele. It's his ability to play in different situations. He can play on the wing. The other big area for Mark Scheifele, he's got a big bomb. They don't have that on this team. You know, there was a lot of talk previously about Steven Stamkos. He's not going to be on this team. But Mark Scheifele has that bomb. He has that ability to beat goaltenders from distance. He's turned into a real excellent two-way player. To Bryan Hayes' earlier point about the Jets, nothing accidental about what they're doing. And there's nothing accidental about what Mark Scheifele has done. We've talked about him in the past about being a superstar. He has been all of that and more this season for the Winnipeg Jets. And certainly 55 should be wearing the maple leaf when the Four Nations face-off begins.
Up next for the Jets, one of the teams ahead of them in the Stanley Cup odds right now, the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's good news for Scheifele in particular. He's got 10 points in his last 6 games against Tampa.